Hi and welcome to the World on Points, where we teach you how to travel for cheap or even free by using travel points. My name is Chris, and today I'm going to tell you why I believe that TD rewards suck. Now, when it comes to evaluating a loyalty points program like TD rewards, there really are two big categories that you care about. How easy is it to earn points, and how valuable and easy is it to redeem points? Earning and redeeming, that's what this is all about. So let's get started. Before we dive in, make sure to stick around to the end of the video where I tell you about the points program that I say does not suck. And in fact, I would say it is the #1 loyalty points program in Canada. It's the one I recommend to everybody, whether they're starting out or they've been collecting points for a long period of time. So stick around to the end to make sure you don't miss out. So let's get started with earning. Now, I tend to prefer loyalty point programs where you can earn points on credit cards, but also through retail partners and the e-stores or shopping portals. So a program, for example, would be Aeroplan. Aeroplan has a number of co-branded credit cards. There's where you earn Aeroplan points directly. There are also a number of loyalty point programs that can be converted to Aeroplan. Aeroplan also has retail partners like LCBO, Pioneer, Ultramar, and Chevron gas stations. They have some partnerships with Starbucks, Uber, a couple other ones. They also have their Aeroplan shopping portal, which lets you earn points, Aeroplan points, on retailers like Best Buy, Amazon, Sephora, the Bay, or not the Bay, the Gap, like lots of options, right? So there's hundreds of retailers on there. So Aeroplan is an example of a program where you can earn on credit card spend through partners and through their shopping portal. Obviously, these points are easier to earn when you have multiple avenues to earn. TD Rewards does not have all of these options. All you can do to earn TD Reward points is spend on the TD Rewards credit cards offered obviously by TD. So this means, unlike Aeroplan or even Scene Plus, you can't earn extra chunks of points by shopping at specific retailers. So in an ideal world, something like Scene Plus, you can earn points on their credit cards, but you can also earn points at retailers like Sobeys. So you can go to a Sobeys grocery store, you can use something like the Scotiabank American Express Gold Card, which earns 6 points for every dollar spent at Empire grocery stores like Sobeys. Plus, you're earning Scene points on your purchases at Sobeys as part of just the Scenes program, independent from the credit card. There's often bonuses like spend $100 and get $10 worth of Scene points, buy 2 cans of soup and get 500 bonus points. There's all these in-store retailer promotions, right? So that's not an option with TD Rewards. They've introduced recently some of these offers pages. They're still terrible. So really, if you want to earn TD Reward points, your only option to earn points is through spend on their credit cards. Okay, so if the only way to earn points is through spend on their credit card, then we obviously need to talk about their credit cards. Now, they do have several cards offerings that earn TD Reward points, but in terms of evaluating the program here, let's look at their highest. Let's look at the top end card. So their top end card is the TD First Class Travel Visa. So this is their highest card. It's a Visa Infinity card. So when looking at this card, the top category earn is 8 points, and that's for every dollar spent on Expedia for TD. So this is not every booking on Expedia. This is specifically through the booking page that is the partnership between Expedia and TD. So you have to book through there to earn those 8 TD points. Now, maybe you'll book through there once or twice a year. Maybe you'll find lots of good use for it, but in many cases, I have a hard time using it, which I'll talk about in the redeem section. So very rarely am I earning these 8 points per dollar spent. The next big category is $6 points per dollar spent, and that is for grocery and dining. That's generally the highest category on a number of cards in the market. The highest bonus category tends to be dining and grocery. So 6 points per dollar spent here it sounds like a decent number of points, but TD Reward points, and we'll talk about this in the redeem section, are valued at up to half a cent per point. So those 6 points are really basically 3% back. 3% back is not impressive for dining and grocery. There are a number of programs and cards where you can earn 5 to 10% back for every dollar spent at a grocery store or at dining. So this is TD Rewards' second highest earn category, and it's still half or a quarter of what you could get with other points programs. So then let's look at the opposite end of the category of spend for this card, and that is on everyday spend. I very much contend that people should look at credit cards as either their everyday earn credit cards as either their category card or their everyday spend card. So you could have a card that's your grocery store card, like I was talking about earlier, or your everyday spend card. So for myself, something like a grocery store card would be my American Express Cobalt card, and my everyday spend would be my American Express Marriott Bonvoy card, because that earns 2% back on every dollar spent. On the TD First Class Travel Visa, you're earning 2 points, which is only 1 cent. So you're only earning 1% back on everyday spend. Not only the Marriott Bonvoy card, but there's a number of other cards in the market that earn consistently above 1% back in your everyday spend for non-bonus categories. So this card is not strong there. So when I'm saying that the only way to earn TD rewards points is on their credit cards, but when you take their top earning credit card, the points earned are still not impressive. So why would you choose to put your spend on a card that does not earn impressive value in a points program where it's hard to earn points? It just doesn't make sense. Now we move on to redeeming, because again, if it's easy to earn points but difficult to use them, or the value is low, then they really don't matter, right? So redemption is just as important as earning. So I already touched on the half a cent per point value. So it's important to note, number one, the way to redeem, the only way to earn or redeem at this half cent per point value is by making a booking and applying those points through this Expedia for TD booking system that I referenced. So, okay, so who cares? Instead of going to Expedia to book, you're going to go to Expedia for TD. If it's the same price, who cares? I've generally always seen the same price, and as far as I know, the pricing will always be the same. But what is not the same is the inventory. Here's an example here where I searched some dates for San Juan. All the criteria are the exact same. On the Expedia page, it returns 250 properties. On the Expedia for TD page, it returns 187. Basically, every time I've gone to use points, TD rewards points for a booking, I have started my search using the Expedia app. It's just easier to use the app than the Expedia for TD browser. It's just easier. I'll find a property on Expedia that I like, it's the right price, the features I'm looking for. I'll jump over to Expedia for TD. The property's not there. It doesn't come up as one of the properties. If you manually force the search to turn up that property, it says no rooms available. I have this happen, like I said, basically every time. Sometimes I'm picking my third or fourth best fit for me from the list that I found on Expedia before I find one that's actually available on Expedia for TD. What this often means is either I'm purchasing an inferior property for the same price, or I'm having to pay more for a similar property when I'm forced to book through for Expedia for TD. So in order for me to get the maximum point value, that half cent per point, I'm sacrificing somewhere. That is not what I want to do. I do not want to be forced to sacrifice or limit my options when redeeming points. So, but you may say, Chris, I've heard TD Rewards has this book anywhere thing. You're right, they do have a book anywhere thing. This is where as long as you book travel, as long as you book it on one of these TD Rewards cards, you can redeem your points against that purchase. Well, great. Yeah, but they're not worth as much. So the way that half a cent per point value comes from is when redeeming for travel booked through Expedia for TD, it takes 200 TD points to get $1. When using the book anywhere, it jumps up to 225 points to get $1 off. 25 points more for every dollar. That means $100 is an extra 2,500 points. So, and we're talking about wanting to redeem hundreds of thousands or $1,000 in points. So you are getting lower value. It is now, instead of half a cent, it's 0.44 cents per point redeemed. So in order to have that kind of flexibility, or potentially have a larger selection of properties to choose from, you're dropping below half a cent per point in value. When you combine this redemption limitation, this restriction on the redemption side, with the fact that it's already kind of hard to earn these points, especially in any sizable chunks outside of welcome bonuses, you really can see how, well, this program sucks. Since you stuck it out to the end and heard the reasons why I think the TD Rewards program sucks, I'm going to tell you that the best program, and the program that I think you should be focusing on, is the American Express Membership Rewards program. In a nutshell, it's far easier to earn points, as we just talked about, and the redemption options are amazing because unlike the TD Rewards program, which is a fixed points program, it can't be converted into other currencies. American Express points can. In fact, American Express points can be converted to Marriott points, Hilton points, and 4 airline programs. The versatility of the American Express membership rewards points is its superpower. You can take your 5 membership reward points that you earn on your Cobalt card at grocery stores and dining. You can convert those to 5 Aeroplan points. Aeroplan points are routinely valued at 2 cents per point. So you've taken your 5 points per dollar spent and converted that into 10 cents of value. That means you're getting 10% back. You're earning basically 10 cents worth of point value for every dollar you spend at a grocery store or dining by using the American Express Cobalt card. That blows something like the TD First Class Travel card out of the water, right? And that's just through converting to Aeroplan. You can convert to Marriott Bonvoy program, the Hilton program, to Avios, to Etihad. There's a whole bunch of options to convert to. And then sometimes those airlines can actually be converted as well. So it opens up a whole number of things. But anyways, if you are just getting started, start with the American Express Membership Rewards program. More than likely, the Cobalt card is the place for you to start. And actually, I talk about why I think the Cobalt card is the best in a video that I've linked in the description down below. So now just thank you for sticking around to the end. And if you have any questions, comments, you disagree with me, you think the TD Rewards program is amazing and there's a whole bunch of value that I missed, please let me know in the comments below, because I'd love to be wrong. I hold the TD Reward Platinum card at the moment, and I had the First Class card previously. Man, I wish, because those big welcome bonuses, I wish I could find a way to make these cards work. But frankly, I just can't. The program is just, you can't earn through anything other than credit card spend. They don't earn that great, and they're so limiting when you go to redeem. So I want to be wrong. Tell me why I'm wrong, but I don't think I'm wrong. Until next time, safe travels.